Even intro doen. Lovely ASMRS. Now, boy, let's talk about this weird individual creature called a human being. This kid, matter of fact, is quite strange. Lovely ASMRS. What kind of channel name is that? It's so weird. Gotta be a virgin, obviously, but let's talk about this individual. Oh, wait. I'm talking about myself? What? Oh, wow. Oh, but I know I'm beautiful. You don't gotta tell me that. Thank y'all for joining a new video today. Today, I wanted to give you my story of my bringing up, coming into life. Actually, matter of fact, not being an accident like my brother and my little sister are, because I was the only one actually planned in the family, which is fantastic. Hey, look at me. Haha. Now, but thank you so much for joining this video yet again. Hope y'all doing well today. Just a kind of a different setup because I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. It's nice, quiet in there. It's kind of like a studio. You can hear almost nothing. This actually, matter of fact, used to be my old room a couple of months ago. I think a year plus ago. But anyways, let's talk about lovely ASMRs. Let's get straight into this. So enjoy the video. Now, so I was born in 2002, 31st/05. And to be quite fair, I feel pretty old to this day. Even though I am 18 years old. I just recently turned 18 a couple of months back ago. Turning 19 in a couple of months. March, April, May. Oh Jesus. I'm turning 19 in less than 4 months. Oh wow, I'm getting old. Getting up the age. I can feel it in my back, in my heart. Okay, all jokes aside. I was born, this is the strange thing. I was born in Vlaardingen, right? But I was raised up in Maasluis. Now, I've got no clue if in Maasluis back in 2002, if they had a hospital there. But regardless, I got pooped out my mom in Vlaardingen. Sophia Ziekenhuis, I think it's called. You can't find it anywhere. It's been flagged down. It's, I think it's next to a highway, close to Rotterdam, and big ass houses there. But I was born there and lived in Maasluis till my 3rd year, and we got out of Maasluis and moved to Rotterdam because we just kind of wanted more peace. And I know you're probably wondering now, isn't Rotterdam quite busy? Yeah, it's busy, but some parts of Rotterdam are quiet. Really, really quiet. So like, no one comes there or goes there. It's very nice, very quiet neighborhood. So we went to one of those neighborhoods and been living until this day. And let me tell you about me being a kid. I was not really easy. I was quite difficult. Even I've got to agree and accept the fact that I was an irritating little kid back in the days. The things that I used to say in public with my brother and stuff, I don't know why I said that, but I just didn't care really. Because I never knew the consequences. I think a lot of us as a kid used to do things where we now look back like, what was wrong with me? God, a lot of things, right? But no, growing up was difficult. And not difficult in like not having a lot. Because that's the difference. My brother was born and raised with not a lot of things, not a lot of fortune. And I was quite, I'm going to be very honest in a minute. I was a privileged kid. I had everything I could desire. I had a mom and dad that loved me lots. I had food on the plate. I had shelter under my head. My brother the same, but kind of had it more difficult. We both had a different upbringing, parents-wise and financially-wise, but I was always the kid that was gotten spoiled the most. And now, to be quite fair, not a lot, because I don't really ask my parents anything anymore, because I don't feel comfortable with it. I make my own bread right now, so if I'm gonna get this shirt, I'm gonna get it myself. But I don't buy clothing a lot. You'll see me a lot in my videos wear quite a lot the same stuff because, my closet is actually behind it, and I have a lot of shirts. Not actually pants, but a lot of shirts. like Nike and the cheaper brands, like the underrated brands that I think are really dope. That are like cheap but are so awesome. I think cheaper brands can be cooler than expensive brands sometimes, because they often have different crafts on the logos, and I think it's awesome. Then a basic shirt like this with just a print on it, which is still cool, don't get me wrong, but no, all jokes aside, it wasn't easy for me. Just being a kid in general. My mom and dad didn't know that I had autism until I got to the age of 6. While I got diagnosed and tested for what I could potentially have. And congratulations, I had autism. Now, I'm quite aware of the fact that autism is something you get born with. It is not something you can or will ever develop. It's also, I would say, unfortunately, something I can never get rid of, because I do sometimes want peace in my head. I don't often can say that I've got peace in my mind, because I never have that, to be quite fair. Well, the only time I have that is when I make an ASMR video, because then I have to remain and focus on that one thing that I'm doing, like whispering on some stuff, But other than that, I can't really say that I've got it very quiet and peaceful in my mind, because I don't. I have it very, very busy, and it can fuck you up sometimes. Even I can get tired of myself. Sometimes I just, sometimes, for example, my phone, I have not been on my phone if I can correct 2 hours, because peace. Don't get me wrong, I love being on social media, but I don't want my life to be taken over by a stupid piece of technology when I can also just chill and have fun without having to game or play, on my phone. I play with myself, you know what I mean? Wait, what? Nothing? Shh, you didn't hear that. I'm just joking. Of course, hey, why not, I'm 18 though. I'm very open, like I said. I'm quite honest about these things. Yes, I watch porn. Fuck, I do, and I ain't ashamed of it. A lot of YouTubers don't or aren't willing to admit it, but I am not ashamed of it. I watch porn. I don't watch it on a daily basis anymore, which is something I've adapted to, which is great, but anyways, regardless. Going back to the autism, I got diagnosed with autism at 6, and that was the final year that I went to another new school. Fuck, man, this was a school in Spijkenisse, so I had to go all the fucking way from goddamn Rotterdam to Spijkenisse every morning, a pain in the ass with traffic and stuff. I was very antisocial as a kid, and I'm not antisocial now. Like, I'll walk up towards someone I actually know personally and say, yo, what up, have a conversation once in a while, only when I'm in the mood. I won't walk up to someone if I don't want to talk. I'm quite easy with that. I also sometimes try to avoid people in my neighborhood because I don't want to talk. I have to be in the mood to actually talk with someone. So if I'm not in my mood, don't approach up to me, because I just don't want to talk, quite fair. And I'll say in your face, look, man, I ain't in the mood right now. I ain't got nothing against you personally, but I'm personally not in a good mood today. So, maybe mind stepping it back. I'm very honest with stuff like that. But that school was, looking back, was very good. It maybe, I don't know, but I was always a quiet kid in class. I was very distant from other kids. I never talked with any of the kids, nor teacher, because I kind of was scared. I just never felt really accepted in a group of people. I just never felt comfortable being around people, with people, talking to people, etc. As much as I realize now, they never try to push me away, if I can remember correctly from the group. I never personally felt comfortable being with those people in the group. And till this day, I'm like, well, shit, I guess that's what it was. Can't do nothing about it, That's how I was as a kid back in the days. Didn't know better. Because I didn't know at that time that I had autism. My mom and dad hadn't told me because I wasn't grown up enough or had experienced what autism was really like growing up. But looking back now, like, damn, I used to cause my parents a lot of trouble, and I didn't do it on purpose, like, the raging at them, being angry at them, cussing them out. One thing I never did, I never hit my mom and dad. I've never hit them, not like actually try to hurt them, but like my dad hit them a couple of times because we were messing around, just arm wrestling and shit, and we just hit each other. My brother as well used to hit him he used to twist my elbow. I swear to God, if you have a brother, you know what pain is like when he twists your hairs. That hurts. But we were just fucking around back in the days. But I've never hurt my mom and dad, and I would never hurt my mom, because I can't hurt my mom who pooped me out and raised me. You should never hit your mom, especially, man. She's the one that gave birth to you, nor your dad, really. But it was difficult growing up. I was just a very difficult, obnoxious kid, because I was very quiet, but I had my own kind of moments as well. Like, I had my own, kind of world, and I kind of liked to be left alone. And to be quite fair, to this day, I like it as well still, sometimes, to be, kind of left alone, because it makes me feel happy. I don't have to be surrounded by people a lot of the times, I don't want that. But growing up, from, that school, I had initially went to Spijkenisse again, but then the other location. Also a fantastic, great school. I had great teachers. There was one or two teachers, I think I've spoken about them a week or two ago. Oh, man, they were great. Honestly, one of the better teachers I've had. Not one of the best, because I have to be honest, I graduated a couple of months ago, and that teacher was the best I ever had. And I swear to God, she was one of the best teachers I actually have ever had, and probably will ever have, fortunately. Man, that school was really nice. Very, very strong disciplined teacher I had, but that was kind of something I needed and kind of lacked. Not saying that my parents didn't discipline me, none of that. It's just I was very difficult, and still am to this day. It can be quite difficult sometimes, but I guess it's just how I am. But back in the days, I had to be sort of disciplined by teachers as well, and I did, and it really helped me a lot. It really did. Mm, but I never had, I was often very angry, and the thing was back in the times, right? Besides school, me being antisocial and not really being comfortable around people growing up because I never trusted them. My mom and dad always used to tell me, don't trust anyone you don't know." And hey, it still counts to this day. You shouldn't trust or rely on no one, not even your family. But I can vouch for that. My family is something I can rely on. I know for a fact that they'll have my back, and they've got my back because of the strong bonding we've built up in me through. Fuck, but I used to go to this guy, Dr. Ansgar, I think he was named. It was a German guy. He was a very, very nice, awesome guy. I don't know when this was, but this is a long time ago. But I used to go to him for I think it was every Wednesday. Almost every Wednesday. Once I obviously couldn't be there because he was often sick. For some reason, the guy was always sick. Just, I don't know, he's always sick. I don't know why, really. Couldn't tell why, but it's fucking crazy how the guy had so much patience with me. Obviously, he was an expert with kids, with autism, with problems. But we used to, in the fucking small little tiny room, it's a small little gym room, but we used to always play football, and he used to let me shoot the ball, till a certain point that it was too dangerous because I kept shooting the ball hard, and he let me do it on purpose because he wanted me to, throw the anger out. We used to talk about things that could make me upset, things that were in the way for me, that I tell my parents as well, but he was kind of like an expert with that. He understood you better, And I think if I didn't have that back in the days, I would have maybe or could have been a complete different person till this day. Like that training had done a lot of good stuff for me. It made me quite more social as well, because he teach me how to, he didn't want me to be more social, but he wanted to teach me, you don't have to be distant from people all the time. Once in a while you can open your mind and just say hi to people. And he taught me that in public as well. We went in public a couple of times, and he actually taught me how to speak to people properly. Because, like I said, I felt never comfortable being around people, especially if it was people I didn't know. I couldn't say anything to them because I was just too scared, and I didn't trust them. I didn't know how they would respond. But he taught me a lot of good things, and my parents are the best I've ever had, and I'm quite aware of the fact that I'm very, very lucky to be able to call them my mom and dad. Because I remember going to school, the amount of kids that I used to, be around with, they didn't have a mom and dad anymore together. Because most of them were divorced, which, hey, I don't know why, but I guess a lot of kids, before you go to high school or on high school, for some reason the parents are often divorced, which is quite odd. I don't know why, man. But my mom and dad, well, they aren't divorced, and I'm happy. I'm very glad, because I don't want to see them divorced. I can't imagine my mom and dad not being together. My God, these two weirdos are meant for each other. Fuck, man, the same for my brother and his wife. They are weirdos, just like me. I haven't found anyone yet, but hey, maybe that they will come, maybe that they will not come. But till this time, I'm not really that pressured to get a girlfriend. Fuck, but I owe a lot of people good. I even had a babysitter. Fuck, I remember Kathy. Yeah, man. Oh, I remember. Such a loving, caring woman. And I swear to God, she was, man. It just... I remember every Wednesday, because my dad had eventually, I was back from school like 12:30 or 1 in the evening. This was like years ago, back when my, Petchy, my old Jack Russell, was still alive, and I had the 2 other cats before they passed away. For your wondering, that's the 3 tin cans in my room. Yeah, okay. He used to take free from there, on a Wednesday, and my dad used to do a lot of things. We still do, just on our own stuff, I guess. But after a while, he had to go work on a Wednesday because he had no choice from his job, from his boss, because he was working under hours, And he was making less money because he wasn't working. So the less you work, the less you get paid, So eventually, we got this babysitter, and wow. No, it was actually, oh shit, it was before my dad. Fuck, sorry, my bad. I apologize, y'all. I'm just mistaken, because this is so long ago. This is years ago, man. 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I had her, and she was awesome. Fuck, man. She still lives in Rotterdam, if I'm not mistaken, in one of these flats. I don't know if she still does. She lives by a very busy road, which I don't come to often because police, my scooter's illegal. Can't be driving there. Can't be risking getting caught by the cops, Fuck, man, just the memories I had with her were very cool, and she was very, honest and open, and she'd do what I wanted to do. If I wanted to go play football with me, she'd play football with me, even if it was raining. She'd still do it because it was something I liked and wanted to do. And I think being around her made me also more social as well. because I was getting more comfortable around people because I didn't like her. Oh my fuck! I swear to God, I remember the exact same. This is not scripted. This is the exact same room the first time she was here. Fuck, I had this Winnie the Pooh book in the back here, my closet back then. It wasn't a closet, just I don't know what it was really. But she used to read it the first time she was here, and I thought it was so awesome. And then I said, "When is she coming over again?" She said, "Next week." I said, "Yeah." I think eventually. Oh shit! I think it was eventually she was on a Wednesday and a Friday. She was here. But my mom had more. My dad took free on Fridays eventually, so then she had to only come on Wednesday. And it was so cool. We'd often go swimming. I don't know if she's still alive, actually. Maybe she's dead. Could possibly be. I hope not, because she's a great woman. I hope none of them are dead. But it could be true. Maybe she's not alive anymore. I haven't heard her in quite a while. I think it's been 3-4 years. No, I think it's been years since I've seen her. Because the last time I seen her was on my judo. Back when I was actually on judo, before I went going football. But I hope she's doing well. I hope she's still alive, obviously. I don't know what actual job she has or does now. But I hope she's doing good, man. But yeah, my life, well, it wasn't the most easiest bringing up. But hey, look at me. Everything's going really nice at the moment. I've got this whole YouTube thing, obviously. Finished my school. And there's really nothing to be quite fair to complain about. I have got no right to complain about anything because I have everything. The most important thing is I've got my mom and dad. Their support. My brother, my little sister, and his wife. And I got a house under my head, on my roof, And I think a lot of people don't realize that if you've got a house and you've got mom and dad that love the crap out of you and they do anything for you, then you've got to be very lucky and grateful you have that, because I've had many people that didn't have mom and dads together. Never spoke to them. I can't imagine living like that, really. Used to have a good friend of mine, Dylan, back in the days. His mom and dad were divorced. Never spoke to his dad. His dad never spoke to him. Can't imagine. I couldn't imagine what it must feel like if I didn't have a relationship or a good contact with my dad. I can imagine only that having parents that are not together can make it quite awkward. I can only imagine it, but I don't know what it feels like. That's why I say I can only imagine what it's got to feel like having parents that aren't together anymore. That's got to be hella awkward, isn't it? Unless you're not obviously bothered by it, because you've got to accept it, because an old friend of mine, Jimmy, friend used to. We don't really talk a lot anymore, but we mutual. We don't have nothing against each other. He's got his own thing. I've got my own thing going. His parents are divorced, but I think he sees his dad once or twice a week. And I don't know if I've seen his dad ever. I think I have once or twice. Because he used to always go to school just like me on the metro, together every morning. It wasn't a plan, but just every morning we would just, for some reason, at the same time. He doesn't mind. He's used to it. And I guess because he grew up getting used to it, the fact that his parents weren't together anymore. But if my parents were divorced now, I couldn't accept it, unfortunately. Even if I'm 18 and quite mature, I wouldn't want to accept it. And I just can't, because I'd say it's selfish if my parents were divorced right now because of the fact that I have a little sister. But I think it's a good thing of my little sister's here, because it will probably make them think twice before ever thinking of divorcing. Because I can't imagine being married for 30 years almost and then wanting to divorce. That is weird that some people do that. Sometimes stuff doesn't work out, but I can't personally imagine being for the rest of my life with the same person, if there's an actual possibility. Who knows? We shall see. Maybe I'll have no one later. Who knows? Really. But yeah, that's the story of me. Grew up, doing well at the moment, working as a part-time animal carer taker. I don't get paid for it, but I work once a week. Besides this whole YouTube thing, full-time, and I'm loving it. Quite fair. I love the SEAL thing. It's really nice, man, on a Sunday. Even though that means I've got to wake up quite early, it's cool. I like it regardless. And I hope you guys are liking these videos as well. This is a super long video. After this video is edited, probably be 19 minutes, maybe less, because you've got to edit short amounts come off. But yeah, the story of lovely ASMRs, aka Keegan Mukbangs, aka Keegan's Podcast, aka the Virgin King, myself. Hope you guys like this video. This is kind of an unintentional ASMR, really. Hope you guys like the different setup. I try to switch it up once in a while because it's quite boring, the same background. If even I've got to be honest and admit, I don't like the same background. That's why, because this is so soundproof. You can just literally say this is a studio almost, because it's so soundproof. These walls are quite, well, actually the weird thing is the walls on the left side are quite thin, but for some crazy reason that the roof is so thick. Not as thick as my booty though, but that's a different kind of story. But thank you so much for watching this video, and yeah, like I said, man, I got a new ASMR video coming out in a couple of hours. When you're seeing this video, ASMR cigar video coming out. So thank you so much for watching this video, man. Thank you all so much for the great and love and support. We've almost got 2,000 subscribers on this channel. This channel is growing really nice by the day. I took a break for 2 days because, I was working on some videos on my work, some other stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and can't wait to see you tomorrow, man. Hey, have a great day, man. Peace.
Hit me, baby, one more time.